Chapter 707, The Demoness, Yudon, Take Me Seriously. At the Black Heaven sect, Baizhu woke up in her room. She sat on the edge of her bed and recalled the time when she found the Shenyuan sword earlier. At that time there was dust on the ground but none on the sword itself. It doesn't seem normal. There should have been more dust around it. If it did collect dust for all these years, where did it go? Baizhu took out the purple bead. This was the contamination. She wondered if Jing had avoided discussing it to keep her from asking more questions. Perhaps he had also encountered the Shenyuan sword. As for the outcome, Baizhu didn't think too much about it. She put away the purple bead and decided to pretend like she didn't know anything about it. Sometimes people at the gathering gave away things for free. So she didn't want to bring it up either. It's so surprising that the one with the Heavenly Tao Foundation establishment is descending into the mortal world so early. I need to figure out a way to go say hello. She wasn't a narrow-minded person. When there was such a unique existence as the Heavenly Tao Foundation establishment, it was always good to keep in contact and be on good terms. However, it was likely to cause conflict with the End of All Things, who undoubtedly wanted to kill the Heavenly Tao Foundation establishment cultivator. After some thought, Baizhu got up and walked out of her room. Creak. The door opened and she saw Qiaoyi sitting outside. Baizhu greeted her with an impeccable smile. "Auntie Qiao, you're not asleep. This is the Black Heaven sect after all. Your safety is essential," Qiaoyi said as she stood up. "You don't need to worry so much. Ordinary people can't enter this place," Baizhu said as she walked to the table and sat down. The night sky was adorned with a high moon, which cast its gentle light on them. "Aren't you going to sleep, princess?" Qiaoyi asked. "I have something to do tonight," Baizhu said as she rested her chin on her hands. "Auntie Qiao, do you know Yan Shang? She's the genius from the Sunset Immortal sect." "I've heard of her," Qiaoyi said. "What about her?" "I've actually met her a few times and it turns out she's rather extraordinary." Baizhu sighed. "What do you plan to do, princess?" Qiaoyi asked. "Well, I'm planning to visit her tomorrow," Baizhu said. "I received a letter from someone and I need to deliver it to her." Qiaoyi felt puzzled. Hadn't the princess just been inside the room? She hadn't gone out at all. "By the way, there will be a cultivation technique coming in a while and it's for you," Baizhu said. "What technique is it?" Qiaoyi was curious. "It's from the Heavenly Spirit Tribe's Heaven Bestowing Technique," said Baizhu. "I don't know the details though." With that, Baizhu stood up to go to her room to rest. Few people could learn the Heaven Bestowing Technique, even within the Heavenly Spirit Tribe. Why did the princess want such a technique? Is she playing a joke on me? Qiaoyi wondered. She still couldn't believe the news from the princess. Could it be that the princess was actually so well informed? Jianghu left the gathering and didn't take detailed notes this time. He only recorded the information from this exchange. He had already delivered the letter to Feng Hua, which was the third reward. He hoped the recipient would be pleasantly surprised. He continued to keep an eye on Qi Tian. As his status and cultivation improved, Qi Tian would surely become more vigilant. To give Qi Tian some hope was the best way to deal with him. The more hope he had, the higher he would climb. Then Jianghu could learn useful information from him. In Qi Tian's eyes, Jianghu might occupy a significant place, but in Jianghu's eyes, Qi Tian was just a part of the overall picture. Living in his shadow was a punishment for not taking his duties seriously. Of course, Jianghu didn't want Qi Tian to go to any extreme or else. He stopped thinking about it. He wondered when Shang'an would appear. He knew he would come here soon. If that happened, Jianghu would likely attract more attention from many people. Maybe it would be better if he went out to see Shang'an instead. He wasn't sure how best to handle the situation. However, it was surprising that Hong Yuye hadn't come to find him yet. When he was mining, he had expected her to appear, but she still hadn't shown up. Well, it's been a while since someone watered the heavenly fragrance Dao flower. Its growth has stagnated. It won't be good if she sees that. Jianghu went into the courtyard to water the flower. Suddenly, a voice sounded behind him. "You finally remembered you have a flower to take care of?" Jianghu turned around to see Hong Yuye sitting on a wooden chair under a tree. Her red dress seemed to glow in the moonlight. "Greetings, senior," Jianghu said with a respectful bow. "It seems that you don't take my words seriously," Hong Yuye said as she wiped a peach with a cloth. Jianghu was surprised. "Senior, there has been a misunderstanding and I can explain," he said hurriedly. "Then explain." Hong Yuye smiled. "Go ahead." Explain everything in detail. Jianghu hesitated for a moment and then began explaining to her. He felt nervous under her piercing gaze. Although he felt it was strange, he still said, "The sect's strength is weak and I as a member was called to help out. So I had to go out of the sect." "And then?" Hong Yuya asked. "Couldn't you find the time to come back and water my flower?" "It's not like that," Jianghu said. "I was ambushed on the way and I ended up being taken to a mine. There was a strange aura there, but I was constantly worrying about your flower, senior. That's why I tried my best to escape from there and return. It's just that after I got out, I realized I had lost a lot of time." Hong Yuya looked at him. "Was it very difficult to escape?" "Yes, exceptionally difficult." Jianghu nodded. Tell me the details," Hong Yuya said. Jianghu hesitated. He then framed the story and pretended to be Feng Wei. He told her that he had built a good relationship with a senior at the mines. But someone had impersonated the senior. He told her that he stayed with this senior and helped out. After that, the senior had taken him along when he escaped the mine. Hong Yuya looked at Jianghu with a cold smile. "You've put even that fraudulent beast to shame with your lies." Jianghu lowered his head and fell silent. "Did you touch the Shenyuan sword?" Hong Yuya asked. Jianghu nodded. "Yes." "Did you pull it out?" she asked. "I asked True Dragon to help suppress it, then I pulled it out and wiped it clean," Jianghu said truthfully. Hong Yuya looked at the man before her in confusion. "The Shenyuan sword has the soul of a true dragon. Did it communicate with you?" "Yes," Jianghu said. "What did it say?" "It asked if there was any other dragon around me." Hong fell silent. After some time she said, "Do you enjoy mining that much?" "I was compelled by my circumstances to mine," Jianghu said earnestly. Hong Yuya didn't seem to hear his answer. "Next time you go mining?" Looked at him. Her lips curled into a smile. "I'll invite you to my place for tea." Jianghu was startled and quickly lowered his head. He didn't know where Hong Yuya lived and he sure as hell didn't want to find out. Chapter 708, Even if they hide in the ends of the earth, bring them back. Jianghu stood where he was without saying a word. Hong Yuya continued to polish the peach in her hand. After a while she finally said, "The dragon pearl on Shaoli's body is related to her." "How?" Jianghu asked. Even though he had appraised it, he was still unclear about it. All he knew was that it was Shaoli's dragon pearl. "The aura is similar, but it's not innate. It's a result of acquired influence," Hong Yuya explained as she placed the peach on the table and took another one to start wiping. "That dragon pearl must have been with Shaoli since her birth. It protects her and provides her with some power." "Was it left for her by her family?" Jianghu asked. Hong Yuya nodded. After some thought, Jianghu asked, "The dragon pearl is a crucial item, right? Can a dragon leave its dragon pearl?" "They can, but it has an effect. Normally, a dragon won't give its own dragon pearl to a kid," Hong Yuya said. "They won't? That's surprising. So, it's likely that Shaoli came here to escape," Jianghu said. Jianghu wanted to ask for more details, but Hong Yuya fell silent. With no other choice, he began to talk about the gathering. There had been 2 gatherings so far, so he needed to report from the first one. The first gathering discussed the Earth Extreme Silent Pearl. Jianghu was waiting for Hong Yuya to ask, but she didn't. "Go on," Hong Yuya said. "Senior, the Earth Extreme Silent Pearl is nearby, and it's an extremely valuable item," Jianghu said. Hong Yuya stared at Jianghu. "Are you suggesting that I should retrieve it?" "It would be beneficial, so we shouldn't miss this opportunity," Jianghu said in a low voice. "Things like that would eventually be taken away. If it came into contact with the end of all things, they might erupt on the spot. It was better to seal it in advance." Only Hong Yuya was capable of doing it. If the immortal sect came for it, they might destroy the demonic sect in passing. "When you saw the Shenyuan sword, did you ever consider asking me to come over?" Hong Yuya asked. Jianghu was taken aback. He realized that he hadn't thought about it before. Perhaps Hong Yuya was not the type of person to be swayed by such things. Jianghu thought of himself as young and full of energy, and Hong Yuya was different. However, they both had similarities. Neither showed off and shouldered their responsibilities. Thus, it was difficult to consider such matters when encountering divine objects. Another reason was that divine objects did not affect him. "You never thought of me when you saw the divine object? Do you only think of me when you see unlucky objects tainted by misfortune?" Hong Yuya smiled mockingly. Jianghu thought for a moment. Senior, your cultivation reaches the heavens. Even if dangerous items remain in your hands, they will become divine objects. When that time comes, wherever you go, no one would dare to defy you. Hong Yuye chuckled. Jianghu had expected this and kept praising her. He told her about the Xianyuan sword, the heavenly spirit tribe's techniques, the astronomical academy's search for their senior, the events related to Shang'an, and so on. Hong Yuye remained uninterested in all of them. Then he talked about the second gathering. He had completed the mission of finding people for Gue and Lu and informed them about the rewards. Hong Yuye still showed no interest in it. She just wiped the peaches. Senior, I am done, Jianghu said. Did Shang'an come to find you? Hong Yuye asked. I'm not sure. Jianghu shook his head. Didn't you seal the one he loves in the corpse realm? Will he come for revenge? Hong Yuye placed the second peach on the table. He might not, Jianghu said. Indeed, Shang'an didn't seem like the type to seek revenge. What about you? Hong Yuye asked absent-mindedly. If someone seals your beloved, will you seek revenge? I don't have a beloved, Jianghu said. But what if you did? Hong Yuye asked. Then I won't allow her to be sealed, Jianghu said firmly. What if your cultivation realm can't prevent it from happening? Hong Yuye asked. Then I won't have a partner in the first place, Jianghu said with determination. Hong Yuye looked at him without saying another word. Late at night, a slight chill spread through the air. What's your cultivation realm? Hong Yuye asked. Middle of the golden core realm, said Jianghu. Hong Yuye raised her head and looked at the moon in the sky. She then turned to him. Come here. Jianghu stepped forward with some concern. At that moment, Hong Yuye stood up right in front of Jianghu. She reached out and placed her hand on his chest. Remember, next time, take care of my flower, she said. As her words fell, he was unable to move, and the world before his eyes seemed to warp. A colossal hand that covered the sky and the earth approached from a distance. It crossed mountains and seas and caused the entire area to tremble. And he was the target of this massive hand. If he got closer, he would be obliterated. Before he could react, the palm struck him. Boom. Jianghu felt disoriented. It took some time for him to recover. Only then did he realize that he had crashed into a wall. It didn't hurt much, but it was enough to give him a scare. I'll leave the beast in the courtyard next time. This way he wouldn't have to worry about the flower. By this time, Hong Yuye had already left. Jianghu also wanted to rest. As he passed by the table and chairs, he noticed a peach on top of it. He remembered that Hong Yuye had wiped 2 peaches clean. He picked up the peach and took a bite. It was exceptionally sweet. The more the tree went through incarnation, the tastier the peaches became. Many people had gathered at the law enforcement hall. They were in Foundation Establishment Realm, Golden Core Realm, Primordial Spirit Realm, Soul Ascension Realm, and even Return to Void Realm. Many were present. Moreover, some even stronger individuals stood in the shadows. At the very top, a middle-aged man with a stern face and a deep voice said, During this period many things have happened in our sect, with the most serious being the matter of Qianqian. We must resolve this matter before the Peak Master returns. Find all the individuals related to Qianqian who were involved and bring them to the law enforcement hall. If they're missing, use the Heavenly Essence Soul Modeling Mirror to find them. If they've been captured, bring them here. If they've sought refuge elsewhere, retrieve them at all costs. Regardless of their cultivation realm, no one should be exempt. Even if they've gone to the ends of the earth, dig them out. This matter is of utmost importance, not only to the law enforcement hall but also to the 12 branches of the sect. The disciples from all 12 branches will cooperate with you. Investigate and ensure that anyone involved in this matter faces punishment from the sect. As for how you do it, it's up to you. I only care about results. Everyone nodded. Then they dispersed to begin their investigations. Among them, there was a person holding a list with a frown on his face. Jianghu of the Cliff of Broken Hearts, said a person beside him as he read the list and sighed. Use the secret technique to find Senior Brother Lu. But Senior Brother Lu said not to contact him for a while. He said he's going into seclusion, said a woman. Senior Lu informed me that if there were any important matters related to Jianghu at the law enforcement hall, he wanted to be notified by using the secret technique. Don't worry too much about it and just send him a message, said the man. All right. After a while, a trembling figure emerged from the blood pool. A pair of eyes opened in the darkness. Chapter 709, Lu Xingqian Comes Knocking. Early the next morning, Bai Zhu and Xiao Yi were walking on the road to the Black Heaven sect. The Grand Earth Emperor had already appeared, and the Xianyuan sword had been claimed by the same person. As long as they protected the Sun Moon Peak, all other problems would be resolved. The Black Heaven sect could slowly relax. It was also time for the other major sects to leave. When should we leave? Xiao Yi asked. Every sect has a chance to get close to the Sun Moon Peak, and that's where opportunities lie. Getting close to the Grand Earth Emperor and the Xianyuan sword allows us to achieve more things. We naturally can't miss that, Bai Zhu said with a smile as she took confident steps forward. The major sects would take their own sweet time, so it would probably be another couple of months before they could leave. Princess, you don't seem to want to go to the Sun Moon Peak, Xiao Yi said. Yes. I told you last night that I received a letter, so I need to deliver that, Bai Zhu said as she walked along the edge of a bridge. Princess, that is quite dangerous, Xiao Yi said in warning. The princess had always been like this since she was a child. She was in her early 300, but she was always so young at heart. How can the number one talent of the royal family be afraid of this? Bai Zhu said as she swayed along the edge of the bridge. Xiao Yi thought about it and then asked about the matter of the cultivation technique. The heaven-bestowing technique? Wasn't that something you obtained yourself, Auntie Qiao? Bai Zhu looked at her. Do you remember what we did when the Xianyuan sword appeared? I can exchange that for the technique. So, that was what you meant when you said it was something that would affect me? Xiao Yi understood. Of course. Bai Zhu nodded. After a short while, the two of them arrived at the Sunset Immortal sect. I have an important matter to discuss with senior sister Yan Shang. Please inform her, Bai Zhu said to the guard at the entrance. After waiting for a moment, someone led her inside. In the courtyard, Yan Shang sat in the pavilion. She was accompanied by junior sister Lu. This person was recruited by an elder into the Black Heaven sect. She is only an inner sect disciple, but she is acquainted with many people and holds a relatively high status, junior sister Lu whispered. Yes, I've heard of her a little and seen her a couple of times too. But we haven't talked much. I don't know why she is here, Yan Shang said with a slight nod. She didn't quite understand. Yan Shang chuckled. After a while, Bai Zhu approached from a distance. Hello, senior sisters, she said in greeting. She smiled at them and appeared very friendly. This put the two at ease as it didn't seem like this person was hostile. Yan Shang stood up and politely said, Junior sister Bai Zhu, what brings you here? It's just a small matter, so I came over for a visit, Bai Zhu said with a smile. Please have a seat, Yan Shang said. The three of them sat under the pavilion and talked casually. Xiao Yi stood behind Bai Zhu and waited for her instructions. She felt like she had no right to sit down with such formidable cultivators. Besides, the cultivation realm of the Sunset Immortal sect's disciples made her uneasy. She realized that she was weaker than just about anyone she met. She rarely encountered such situations before. Now, it seemed that the strength of the royal family was indeed insufficient compared to these sections. After talking for a while, junior sister Lu curiously asked, Did you forget why you came here, junior sister Bai Zhu? No, it's just that I don't know how to say it, Bai Zhu said sheepishly. You can tell us without hesitation, Yan Shang said. The situation is like this. Last night when I went out, I met someone. The person asked for my help with something and said that after completing the task, they would give me a magical treasure. But I suspect they might be playing a prank on me. However, the person appeared to be quite powerful, so I couldn't refuse. That's why I came to find you, senior sister Yan Shang, Bai Zhu said sincerely. What exactly is the matter? Yan Shang asked. They asked me to deliver a letter. This letter is to be delivered to you in person, said Bai Zhu as she took out the letter. There's a powerful curse on it and only you can open it. If anyone else opens it, they will die on the spot. That's what the person said. Junior sister Lu was surprised and wanted to examine the letter, but Yan Shang stopped her. Indeed it is cursed. Junior sister Lu, you mustn't touch it. Yan Shang took the envelope and inspected it. It appeared ordinary, but the hidden curse was undeniable. What kind of person asked you to deliver such a letter to me? Yan Shang asked. I don't know. I couldn't see their faces clearly, but their aura was quite strong, Bai Zhu said as she looked at the envelope. After a moment of hesitation, she put away the envelope. Senior sister, this is probably some tactic from a pursuer. You should be careful, said junior sister Lu. Yan Shang nodded. I will, Sometime later, Baizhu stood up to bid farewell to them. Yan Shang told her that if she encountered that person again, she could inform her immediately to at least ensure her own safety. Baizhu expressed her gratitude and left with Qiao Yi. Once Baizhu left, Yan Shang also returned with junior sister Lu. In the afternoon, the sunlight was bright and warm. There was no one else in the pavilion now except for Yan Shang. She slowly took out the envelope and opened it. There was a folded piece of paper inside. Yan Shang put down the envelope and began to unfold the paper. She narrowed her eyes. Her hand on the paper tightened and tore the letter a little. There was only one sentence on it. This is the third gift. Good morning, Mississippi Fenghua. Yan Shang slowly placed the paper on the table. She frowned. Many thoughts whirled in her mind. At that point, the paper on the table had started to burn. In just a moment, it turned to ashes. Jianghu woke up from his meditation. There were still many tasks waiting for him in the spirit herb garden. He needed to go quickly to handle the issues in the spirit herb garden. Otherwise, things would become more troublesome and his master would blame him. However, as soon as he walked out of the courtyard, he froze. 3 people were standing outside the gate, and the one leading them was Lu Xingchen. Jianghu hadn't seen him in so long. At that moment, his aura wasn't blood red, nor did he possess the aura of a true dragon or the mystique sorcerer. This was the real Lu Xingchen. Junior brother Jiang, it's been a while. It has indeed been a while, Jianghu said. He couldn't understand why Lu Xingchen was here with these people. Do you know senior brother Qianqian? Lu Xingchen asked. Jianghu was taken aback. Had the law enforcement hall finally found time to deal with senior brother Qianqian's matter? Senior brother Qianqian had not only betrayed the sect but had also disregarded all the rules of the sect. He had acted recklessly and humiliated the sect. So, no matter where he went, he couldn't escape the Heavenly Note sect. Even if he were dead, this matter wouldn't be easily resolved, and all those involved would suffer. Jianghu sighed. Lu Xingchen had come to find him. Yes, one do. Since members of the law enforcement hall had come with him, it meant they had evidence. Moreover, this kind of matter didn't care about evidence. They could investigate as they pleased. Asking him about Qianqian was just a formality they were fulfilling. I heard he approached you, Lu Xingchen said. Yes. Jianghu nodded. Lu Xingchen smiled. In that case, junior brother Jiang, we'll have to trouble you to come with us. Chapter 710 Locked Up. Jianghu was surprised. He had faced many challenges and Lu Xingchen had visited a few times, but there had been only 2 serious occasions when he was asked to accompany him. The first time was due to the death of Ming's Wuxia, and the second time was because senior sister Luoji had framed him. The former was a legacy disciple of the 100 Bones Forest, and the latter was an undercover spy from the Heavenly Saint sect. Only on these 2 occasions had he been summoned to the law enforcement hall. This was the 3rd time. The situation seemed even more severe than the other 2 times before. Are we going right now? Jianghu asked. No, before we go, I need to inspect your residence, junior brother, Lu Xingchen said with a smile. Will that be convenient? Of course. Jianghu nodded. He felt relieved because he had never taken out senior brother Qianqian's pills from his storage treasure. He was worried about it already. Even if they checked his storage treasure, he had nothing to worry about. In his normal storage treasure, there was nothing incriminating. Everything was in his elemental spirit ring. However, he didn't know how many people knew about the ring. After all, Elder Baizhi had given it to him. If she were to tell everyone, it would be a problem. In the future, he decided to avoid getting involved in such incidents. Go inside and take a look, Lu Xingchen said to the 2 people behind him. The 2 entered the courtyard. Jianghu followed Lu Xingchen into the house too. This was the 2nd time his house had been searched. The process was the same as before. The 2 people used a magic treasure to inspect the place without messing up anything. However, they were both surprised when they entered. The spiritual energy here was exceptionally dense. Lu Xingchen was amazed. Your place has changed a lot. You're too kind, Jianghu said awkwardly. Part of the reason for the change was due to Bai Yi. Although the spirit herbs had been destroyed, their effects could still last for some time. He had intended to visit the 100 Bones Forest today to see how to deal with the destroyed spirit herbs. Retrieving them was impossible, but sharing the responsibility would make things easier for the spirit herb garden. There was no need for compensation for this incident. So, junior brother Jiang, you seem quite busy lately, Lu Xingchen said as he sat on a wooden chair. Jianghu observed for a while and noticed that the auras of the three remnants had disappeared. What had Lu Xingchen done? His cultivation realm had advanced to the middle stage of the soul ascension realm in just a few months. This was much faster than before. It was incredible to have ascended 2 realms in such a short time. Even though Jianghu wanted to progress that fast, it would be extremely difficult. Double advancement was unthinkable. Even if he mined or cleaned divine artifacts, it would be impossible for him to advance 2 realms or stages at once. I left the sect to go out recently, Jianghu said. Really? Lu Xingchen was surprised. Did you encounter something? Jianghu nodded and sighed. I went through so many hardships and barely made it out alive. Lu Xingchen looked at Jianghu regretfully. It sounds dangerous for you to go out, Lu Xingchen said. Shouldn't you consider becoming a true disciple? It would be much more convenient for you within the sect. Jianghu shook his head. Have you achieved nothing recently, junior brother? Lu Xingchen asked. Nothing. This time I was captured. I was lucky I was even able to return, Jianghu said. Lu Xingchen nodded and then narrowed his eyes. After I returned, I heard something. I heard that none of those who went on the mission with you returned alive. There was one, but she disappeared after you returned. Have you heard anything like that? Other than me, I remember there was junior sister Ning Shuang who returned alive. Is she the one who disappeared? Lu Xingchen nodded. Jianghu sighed but didn't say anything. Lu Xingchen didn't press him further. This matter concerning senior brother Qian is extremely serious. Everyone involved will be interrogated. Junior brother Jiang, you didn't achieve anything this time, but you've had accomplishments in the past, so there shouldn't be any major issues. Just cooperate. Trying to escape will be troublesome. The place you'll be detained this time isn't ordinary. Your storage treasure will also be confiscated. So be prepared, junior brother. Not an ordinary place? Jianghu was surprised. As for the storage treasure, he didn't care. Yes, the matter is too serious this time. The detainees will be concentrated in the dungeons of the law enforcement hall. You'll be allowed to mix with others in the same dungeon. Senior brother Qian has done something extreme and completely disregarded the sect. The law enforcement hall is also searching for the person who killed him. Lu Xingchen looked at Jianghu and suddenly smiled. Junior brother Jiang, who do you think killed senior brother Qian? I don't know. Who could it be? Jianghu asked. We couldn't find out yet. Lu Xingchen shook his head. Recently, there seem to be quite a few people who can't be traced by the law enforcement hall. Do you think it's possible that they are working together? Surely not. Jianghu pretended to be surprised. Who knows? Lu Xingchen shrugged. Jianghu felt that Lu Xingchen looked somewhat disappointed. Did he find out about that too late? After some time, the 2 people came out of Jianghu's house. They reported that they hadn't found anything. They had only looked for what they were instructed to find and didn't mention any special items. Jianghu didn't know if the inspection was happening everywhere. In that case, let's go, Lu Xingchen said. After some time, Jianghu arrived at the dungeons of the law enforcement hall. This place was like an underground city with various passages. This place is quite large. Some detainees are there, but they aren't very powerful people. If they can't obtain any information and have no other use for them, they are thrown into the lawless tower and eventually sent to the mines, Lu Xingchen said. Not everyone in every situation required the involvement of the lawless tower. Jianghu was placed in a large room with some people in the Foundation Establishment Golden Core, and even Primordial Spirit Realm. There were roughly 30 people in the room. So many? Jianghu was surprised. There were quite a few people connected to senior brother Qian. He scanned the room and noticed that both Qi Yang and Su Feng were there. As victims, they seemed to have become subjects of suspicion as well. Junior brother Jiang, be careful. You have an advantage over everyone here. Without clear evidence, they can't keep on here for too long. Lu Xingchen said. Jianghu nodded in gratitude and then entered the large room. He quietly moved to a corner without greeting anyone. He needed to be cautious. He could appraise them, but he wanted to save that ability for now. Suddenly he felt a gaze on him and turned to look. It was a cultivator in the middle stage of the Golden Core realm. Who could it be? You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference. as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.